there, it's Lindsey here. It's been a little while since I just picked up the camera and kind of walked you around, and my fall garden is shaping up into something. Maybe not what I was planning, but it's something. So I thought I would just take you around and kind of show you what's been going on. I've been not here all week long. We were at my dad's doing a fun makeover over there, so I will have a video out on that this week as soon as I can get it edited, because there's a lot of hours in there that I'm putting together. But it's just a part one. There'll also be a part two, so I'm heading back up there at some point this week to kind of finish that up. So it'll be a two-part makeover for one of his rooms. You know, he just moved into a new house and he had a lot of bedrooms that he had no idea what to do with, so I went and helped. We did a pretty cool makeover on one of the guest bedrooms. It had nothing, and we just kind of repainted and did a really nice focal wall. So that will be in that video part one, going out a little later this week. But I'll just kind of show you what's been going on around the garden. So my garden area is still a mess. I have not come out here to clean up or get things situated anywhere, even the greenhouse, which needs to be done, because I've been busy doing other things. But hopefully I'll be able to get to that project either this week or next week. Cross my fingers on that. I know I have a lot to do. I always have a lot to do. Isn't that something? I cross one thing off the list and 3 more things go on. But just a chicken update, we went ahead and started giving them chicken feed in their feeder again, and we've been getting a couple eggs a day, which is not great, but it's better than 0, so they're getting a little happier. They like having their food at their access all the time. They don't like it when we throw it out in the mornings and the afternoons. So we spoiled them in the beginning, and it's really hard to change on chickens, so we decided to just take it and have it their way and just start throwing everything back in the feeders. So we're just gonna start over here in the another chicken update. These are our juvenile chickens. We had a whole bunch in here. We moved everybody over to the big pen, and some are kind of getting picked on a little bit, but it's not too bad. But any that jump over the fence or get back in the garden have to go back in here. And these will go to Dad's house because he is wanting a few more hens. So far we have 4 hens to take over to Dad, so he'll have some more egg layers. And what's pretty cool is, out of this batch of chickens, we got some olive eggers. The roosters that we got from Bobblehead Homestead mixed with our hens, and we got actual green eggs. So Dad's chickens have finally started laying the first batch that we gave him. So yeah, there's some green eggs. So we'll start getting some green eggs too, I'm sure, because we still have some hens from that batch. Got a couple rough looking roosters too. Look at that guy back there. So we'll just start here in the pepper bed. We've got peppers galore. I do wish that we had staked these pepper plants up, so we'll know better for next year. That's what's great about gardening. There are no mistakes, there's just lessons learned. Yeah, these should have been staked up, but we still have tons of bell pepper growing and even some flowering still happening on some of these. These have fallen over, but we've got some really nice looking bell peppers still growing, and we are using them for a lot of things. Bell peppers. We also still have jalapeno peppers in here. I need to go ahead and pick some of these off and get them in the freezer. I like using the jalapenos for cornbread and things. I keep them chopped in the freezer, or pepper jelly. And the bell peppers, I love them grilled, but I also just saute them up. I put them in soups and chili. So I keep these chopped up in the freezer too for the winter time. So I'm just kind of taking you through and showing, like telling you how I preserve these things going into winter, because that is where we're headed. I also have a whole bunch of the Tabasco peppers. This plant has gone crazy, but I will go ahead and pick all these off and make some more pepper sauce. Every time I pick these, I get a quart of pepper sauce. So it's about time to do that. I like to give pepper sauce as gifts because my family is big on pepper sauce. They put it on fish and greens and all the things. So that's what these will all go to, is gifts for people, and we'll keep some for ourselves, but a lot of it's for gifts. And we still got blooms on this pepper plant too. And you know how I was saying that there was something digging in my flower beds, and I thought that it might be a squirrel or the cat or something? Well, it was Cody. Yeah, Cody jumped the fence on the porch, came down here and dug around in my flower beds, and he actually ate all the potatoes that were in this bed, the plants. So I'm sure he got a bellyache. He's fine. It was weeks ago, so I mean, he didn't die or anything, but yeah. So I don't know if I have potatoes in this bed. I probably need to dig it and see if any were able to make. I have my doubts, but all the potato plants that were in here are gone. This is what we're left with, because he chewed on them. So that's fun. My nasturtiums are looking beautiful again, and even flowering some more. So we got that going for us. I'm not sure if these are weeds or something else. They're kind of coming up all over the place. But I guess we'll just wait and see for those. But look how big these are. Big, beautiful nasturtiums. I just love those. They look like lily pads. Floating lily pads. These roselle hibiscus are flowering out like crazy. They haven't opened back up for their harvesting yet. Or at least I don't think they have. Like I say, this is the first year for me to plant these, but I'll just pop one of these off and show you real quick. This is the first year I've ever planted roselle hibiscus. So this is my tester this year. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So these are supposed to open a little bit, my understanding, they're supposed to open a little bit before you harvest them, and you'll take off these petals and dry those out. But you'll dry the petals for seed, and then this little green ball in here has seeds in it. Boop. See there? So the seed I will dry out and plant for next year, and hopefully have enough to share. I know that hibiscus don't like it when it starts getting cold, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, or you know, if we frost a little early or what. So I guess this is just kind of our wait and see, but I do know that that's what I have right now. They're going as, it's just an experimental fun thing for me this year. Hopefully I have enough seeds that I can plant them again next year and try again, because I've really enjoyed them, and now that I know what they're supposed to do, I think I can do it a little bit better next year. I said I wasn't going to plant these two beds because I need to rebuild them, but I did. I planted purple top turnips and mustard greens over here. The dog did get in here and dig around, but I have enough left, I think, to grow and share also, so that's a good thing. And my acorn squash is doing really bad. It got powdery mildew, so I was gonna try to see if these would even survive. No, look, that one's already come off. I was hoping that I would have a couple survive before it died, but probably not gonna happen. And I think that's an acorn squash also. Give this to the chickens. I'll give the young ones a little treat. But I do also have some kale growing in here and a stray chicken feed bag. But the kale's doing really nice, and we're gonna start harvesting that and just eating the baby kale and just kind of harvest as we go. But yeah, it looks really pretty. It's doing okay. And over here, I have garlic that probably won't make it. We'll see. I think it's gonna frost before this gets done for sure. I thought that I was just planting it to overwinter, but it actually came up and started sprouting, so I don't know. And then I've got this parsley here that I may try to dry out, as long as it hasn't. See if it still tastes good. Still tastes good. It's nice. So I think I'm gonna dry some of that out and keep that in the old pantry for some cooking. As far as the cucumbers go, I was not able to direct sow any. They didn't come up, and my vines have pretty much died. I've got a couple cucumber that I was gonna see if they would get a little bigger, but I'm not sure that they will. But these went all summer long, so I can't be mad about that. They did really good, but yeah, this one's already kind of rotty. But this one feels good. I can probably go ahead and pick that. But I got garlic around the edge of this bed too that sprouted. And I have no idea what this is over here. This may be my little pumpkin. My blue pumpkin. I don't know. Guess we'll see. I'm pretty happy with how the garden went this summer. I think that we preserved quite a bit of tomatoes, which the year prior we weren't able to preserve any. So I'm happy with that. I'm super happy with the pepper bed. It's doing great. My basil's done well. A lot of my herbs have done well. Flowers have done good too. But I'm pretty happy with how this summer growing season went. So I'm just going to show you what my tomato trellises look like now, right now. Of course, it is no longer tomato season, but you can't tell that to my tomato plants because they still think that it is. So this is the back bed. I'm not able to like put it up there. I should probably tie these up there, but I haven't. But there are still tons of tomatoes in here. Little, big, all that. Even blooms. Can't even see him.
Yeah, look.
Where'd Ollie go? Oh, right there. But yeah, it's even, this is from the other side of the trellis that has come over here. So we've got a ton of tomatoes still going. These are the beefsteaks. Mostly what's on this trellis is beefsteaks and the rainbows that are still going. There are some of the golden jubilees that are still going over here. But I also planted my romaine lettuce, and I'm not sure if it's gonna do well. I've never tried to root and plant lettuce like that, so we'll just see how it goes. The kale's doing good back here though. And there's another one. I've planted 2 of these so far. So that's just another little romaine lettuce. This one had more roots, so it looks like it's doing better. But yeah, all these kale are doing really good. They taste really good too. Oh. Is it good?
Yeah.
You like it?
I like it raw.
Oh, it's good. It's good raw. That's my favorite way to eat it. So now Ollie's got something to snack on in here. Don't eat it all, okay?
Okay, I will.
And on this other side of the same trellis, I also planted some more purple top turnips and mustard greens. I wasn't sure how they were going to do over there because it gets more sun, but it looks like they're doing better than over here. So it's been cool enough that they're doing well. Now Ollie's pretty excited for some kale chips coming up. Ooh, kale chips, yum! The marigolds have started going crazy. They are really showing out over here. They're like, hey, I'm here. So we've got so many. We've got these dark ones and the light ones with the darker centers.
I like the light ones.
And they are just gorgeous. I need to go ahead and dry some of these out and save seed, but they are really, really showing out here. sage. Planted her at the beginning of summer and that's as big as she got, so oh well. And I do have these bells of Ireland over here. I knew it was late to plant them, so they probably won't come in for frost, but it's good to know that I can grow them from seed right in the garden. So a little experimental mid-season plant there. As you can see, my Romas have started to come back on their own. They died back and then started to sprout off. But this trellis is pretty much done as far as the tomatoes go. I don't really have a whole lot growing over here. It's not producing anything at all really, but white flies. And then in this front garden bed, we had a fire ant infestation happen, and Audrey's bicycle was over here and she got bit by a bunch of fire ants. So Jay threw on some DE on those, so they went and didn't come back, which is good. The basil I'm still trying to root inside. Hopefully I'll be able to do that and then bring some of those inside for the winter. The purple basil, I will seed save those. And then I've got all these little picnic peppers. They're supposed to turn orange, but there's a ton of them on here. And those are just like a sweet eating pepper. They're really good. They're sort of like the peppadews, but fresh. They taste like a peppadew. So they are really, really good. Hopefully they'll turn yellow, and I will seed save these for next year. Maybe that'll work. Not sure if it will or not, because these are a Bonnie, like just a normal Bonnie plant, so they're not heirloom or anything, so I'm not sure if I'll even be able to seed save them, but we're gonna try. I am gonna go ahead and cut my chocolate mint, the rest of that. I've really been enjoying putting these in flower arrangements all summer long because they smell so delicious, but now it's time to preserve them.
Yeah, and you can chew on them.
And we'll use them all winter long in some teas and even in hot cocoa and all the things.
That sounds good in hot cocoa.
It does, doesn't it? I bet it's gonna be delicious.
But
And something came through and ate my mint that was coming back. I bet it was a grasshopper because I have plenty of those. And what I thought was loofah,
yeah, it's actually the spike plant fruit. I can't.
it's actually jelly melon.
Yeah, which I planted like years and years ago, and I didn't plant it this week.
We planted jelly melon last year. We did not like it, so we did not plant it again this year.
There's more.
Yeah, there's lots of jelly melon in there. So I think I'm just gonna pull this out unless Ollie's gonna be upset about that.
No.
You want me to pull it out?
No, I want to eat it.
You're gonna eat it?
Yeah, they're sour. They're like good. They love sour candy.
Okay.
Leave it in
Okay,
there
so I
it
guess
can
we're
go.
gonna leave them in here, but I did not grow these this year, and they came on late. I thought they were loofah, but they have more round leaves than the loofah. So anyway, that's a new development. We have tons of little jelly melons growing on the ground.
Look how crazy my loofah is. Look, it's like I have a whole roof in here and some flowers.
You do.
Yeah.
You have a roof full of loofah. Roofa-loofah.
Yep. I call it the roofa-loofah.
Roofa-loofah. We've got our loofah growing really well. It's all over the place. We got loofah everywhere. We got loofah everywhere.
Mom, it's still good for you.
Yeah, it's really good for you. It's got lots of vitamins and minerals and iron and good stuff. He's going to get more kale. But yeah, some of these are ready to harvest. The ones that turn yellow are when I harvest them. This one just came up over the week and like it's all done. Squishy. Of course, you know, the zinnias are still going. That one is gorgeous. My word.
Yep.
I think next year for the zinnias, I'm going to plant them in a lot of different spots. So not just here. This garden will primarily be for herbs and flowers. Probably put my tomatoes out here again, like the more delicate items. And then the row garden will be for all the peppers and The row garden will be for the peppers and squash and pumpkins and watermelons and all that good stuff. So it'll kind of change a little bit next year, but not too much. And 4 o'clocks are growing back over here. So maybe I'll have, I was trying to seed save even these little ones because I know there's a couple of you that still want seeds from these. And I didn't have quite enough to share. So I know of 2 people who are waiting on seeds from me. So I'm terrible about getting to the mailbox. So I apologize for that. There's somebody waiting on something else from me too. And I'm just really bad about getting everything packed up into the mail. So it's like if I have it out, then I'll do it then. And if I don't do it then, it'll be a couple weeks. So really bad about that. But I know that there are some of you waiting. But if you're curious to see if you're on that to list, then message me to make sure you're on that list. Little flower bed over here, which bees love. In this garden, I had some accidental loofah seed that I dropped, and it started growing here and kind of trellised its way over here and back up, and it trellised its way over here and up. So I mean, it's fine. We got a big loop over here on the ground. And also my grandmother gave me some Gerber daisies. I know that these will come back every year, so I went ahead and planted those here. And I also have a butterfly plant back there that will come back every year also, but it already died off. But the bees are really loving this over here. There's my bad dog right here, digging in my garden beds. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be my little trash dog on the side of the road. You're supposed to be perfect. Not you. You're supposed to be perfect. I expected out of that one. Yeah, I expected out of that one, but not you. If you've been around a while, you know that Ruby can be aggressive toward goats and chickens. We've had issues with her in the past. But we have found a solution, though a lot of you, some of you may not like what it is, but if it comes between her comfort or another life, then we have to choose the other life instead of her comfort. So I'll just kind of show you what we've gotten and how it's working for us.
Come on, Ruby. Who's going to...
This is in no way sponsored. They did not send me this or anything. I spent my own money on this. But we've been using this collar. It's a shock collar, but it has the option for just alarm and vibrate. We have only shocked her one time, and that's when she was going to kill a chicken. So, I mean, we did it one time and it was on low. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. But you just turn each one on. But you have the option that just makes a noise. So you can give a verbal command, and if she doesn't listen, you beep her first so she knows, hey, I need your attention. And then if she doesn't listen, then you can vibrate it. And then the last is the shock, but it has 1 to 100 on here. And we just started out really, really low because we don't want to hurt her. We just want to get her attention and snap her out of that so she doesn't attack a chicken or kill something. I mean, she has those instincts, but we have to be able to have her off leash and her not bolt. So that's another thing that this has helped with. We have never had to shock her while she was bolting. The vibrate or the alarm have always worked. So, and this is really, really long range. Like from the porch, we can get her attention all the way out there. Like she can hear the alarm on her collar, of course, all the way out there. So it does have a long range. But if you have a dog that you're having trouble with I'm gonna link this below just in case. I used to feel like these were very inhumane, but as many chickens as I've seen killed and her going after goats, she actually injured one of my goats once. So I'm kind of okay with doing this, and I don't feel like it'll be forever, but it's an awesome training tool that we've been able to use successfully with her. Isn't that right, Roo? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? So, I mean, to be able to have her off leash and walking with us outside of the fence and know that she's not gonna bolt, because we can turn her around like that just by making a sound on her collar, it's been great. I have had to vibrate her a couple times if she's not listening, but the shocking, it's happened, like I say, it's happened one time and she was trying to eat a chicken. So, but she stopped. It made her stop eating that chicken and she ran right back to me. So it's definitely working for us. So I wanted to share that with you in case you're having trouble and you just absolutely love a dog, but it's just not working for you because it's attacking your other animals or something like that. That's something that's worked for us. Not anything I thought I would ever do way back when, but when it comes to lives, you have to protect everybody, and this is not really hurting her. We have it on a very low shock setting, so she doesn't yelp or anything like that. It's not like, it just gets her attention, she runs back to us. So, and you can adjust the shock setting, but I would recommend starting really, really low because that's just what I do. But I wanted to show you that, so a little tidbit in case you need it. And look at this mess. Look at this mess. It's been a good season to leave our doors open. So of course Miss Priss has been up here. She's getting so big and she's been so good. She's been around chickens and everything else and she has not hurt them at all. And little update, but her hair on the side of her face is growing back. I know, I'm sorry. Her hair is growing back. So that was not permanent hair loss from the attack or whatever happened to her. We're not really sure still, but it's growing back, so all good. They all love playing together. And Cody and Alice like ganging up on Ruby, so poor little Ruby. Poor little Ruby tubes. So that's pretty much what my garden looks like here in Arkansas. That's Zone 7B is where we are. And it is the middle of October. It's still sunny out. I'm wearing a long sleeve because I'm like hoping for cooler weather. But it's actually still pretty warm. I think it got down, it was like, what was the temperature today? It was 70 degrees today. But I just wanted to take a minute to kind of show you around, see what's going on, because it's been a while since I've been outside. Not in real life, but picking up the camera and going outside. It's been a while. I do need to clean up out here, winterize it, but we'll also be starting on some work very, very soon, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm not really sure what's gonna go on back here in the garden because, you know, it's right off the house. It's very close to everything, and we have some things going in. We have some machinery coming in, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna have to do to prepare for that. It's more important that we extend our living space than deal with the fall garden. I hate to say that, but it is true. A lot of what I'm growing is greens, which I need to move some of those into the greenhouse anyway for the winter, so I can still do that. I don't think that the greenhouse will be moving. Hoping not. I think that if I have to move anything, the only thing I'll have to move is probably the cucumber bed, which, yeah, I planted my garlic in there, but it's already sprouting anyway, so I can just replant garlic elsewhere. but we're gonna get all that worked out. But if you are growing a fall garden or you've started some indoor gardening or whatever you're doing, I want to hear about it in the comments. You can also tag me on Instagram or post in my Facebook group. I've got all that linked down below. But thank you for hanging out with us today and walking around the garden.
I fell because
Here, how about I kneel down?
I was on this.
Oh no, I messed up my pot. Like I say, I will have a video coming out a little later this week on Poppy's room remodel, and I am gonna try to get to this garden in the next week or two, so we'll have a video on that. And many, many more things in between, I'm sure. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Comment, bye.
Bye.